or is this full-time MMA now?
I love full-time MMA right now.
Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full-time
MMA.
And as promised, the UFC's interim welterweight champion Colby Covington has visited Donald Trump in the Oval Office. We saw Dana White visiting Trump recently, and it's funny because I said maybe he's like setting the stage for Colby Covington. You can't just bring this douchebag Colby on your first visit. You know, so Dana White had to go visit Trump. Hey, next time I come, I'm going to bring Colby. He's a big fan. Just give him a thumbs up and he'll be out of your hair. And so Colby Covington actually visited the White House. Now, with that being said, this is the interim belt, Colby and Trump. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if Donald Trump would have wanted Colby Covington's belt on his shoulder if he is aware that that's the boo-boo belt, as Tyron Woodley called it. That's not the real belt. I mean, Donald Trump, say what you want about him, but at least you can say he's a damn winner. And as of right now, until Colby Covington wins the real belt, that's the second place belt on Donald Trump's shoulder you see right there. So with that being said, Colby Covington still got to visit probably one of his idols, Donald Trump, in the White House. And it's crazy because he's going on a tour with this damn interim belt. Like he just won the real belt, and he's like he won the real belt. I mean, we just saw him last week at WWE with Ronda Rousey taking a picture with this belt. Now he's in the White House taking a picture with this belt. That's the interim belt, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Don't get carried away. It's not like Colby Covington is the best welterweight on the planet yet. We got Tyron Woodley and Darren Till. They're going to be scrapping at UFC 228 to determine who the best welterweight in the world is. Now, with that being said, Colby Covington posted the picture with him and Donald Trump in the White House. This is what he had to say. Like President of the United States, Donald Trump always says, promises made, promises kept. Pleasure to finally meet you, Mr. President. Thank you for always putting America first. Hashtag MAGA. Hashtag Great American Winning Machine. And so you see that. But with that being said, you know, I pointed out how this is the interim belt. But is it really? I mean, look at the situation Colby Covington is in right now. We've got Tyron Woodley and Darren Till fighting at UFC 228. And the winner of that fight is likely fighting Colby Covington. So normally the winner of the interim title fight fights the champion. And since Colby Covington was injured, but he's still getting the next title shot, it's almost like he is the champion. And the belts look the exact same. So who's really the interim champion? Is it Colby Covington or Tyron Woodley? But with that being said, Colby Covington also gave his thoughts on Tyron Woodley versus Darren Till, and this is what he had to say. He said, "This is a fine number one contenders fight. Ty Quill, who hasn't fought in over a year, and his last fight was least strikes thrown in UFC history, versus Tillsbury Doughboy, who needs to prove he can make championship weight, and was gifted judge's decision in his home country in his last fight." So Colby Covington reacted to this post by the UFC. I believe it was like, who's ready for UFC 228? Talking about Darren Till and Tyron Woodley. And Colby Covington referred to it as a number one contenders fight. I mean, or I think it would be even better if he referred to it as an interim title fight. This is a fine interim title fight, you know, because the winner fights him for the belt. So, interesting situation Colby Covington has found himself in. He had to get a surgery on his nose, so he was unable to fight. It seemed like a very minor surgery, but still the UFC needed a title fight, so they threw Darren Till in there against Tyron Woodley. Maybe it's a little early. We'll see. Darren Till, clearly you see towering over Tyron Woodley at the UFC 25th anniversary post-fight press conference. So he's a big dude. He's undefeated. But, I mean, Tyron Woodley is one of the greatest welterweights of all time. Arguably the greatest. I mean, of course, you give the nod to George St. Pierre, but Tyron Woodley, I think, is a close second. So we'll see what happens at UFC 228 between Woodley and Till. Until then, Colby Covington is going to continue to take his interim belt on a world tour, it seems. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. And before we go, shout out to all the full-time MMA white belts that have hit the subscribe button. Make sure you also hit the bell right next to it so you get notified every time I upload a new video, or some of the time that I upload a new video, because YouTube's notification bell is a player hater. But this is one of the hardest working independent MMA channels on YouTube. We provide daily updates, full fight card breakdowns and predictions. We make MMA fighter freestyles, and we've already interviewed pro fighters Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley, Felony Charles Bennett, and Bruce Lush-Medio in just a little over a year as an MMA channel. We're one of the fastest growing MMA channels on YouTube. So with that being said, if you're interested in more videos like this, check out the Full-Time MMA Dojo over at patreon.com. One of the things you can see while you're over there are some of the goals of the channel, and also more free videos like this, betting advice, and more. We just launched the Full-Time MMA store over on teespring.com, and we've got some limited edition gear in order to celebrate that. We've got some Day One Foop the Other Side shirts that are only available for a limited time. Also, you got leggings, phone cases, Don't Be a Bagel Biter coffee mugs, and more. With that being said, you can check the links out in the description if you want to check out the Full-Time MMA Dojo or the Full-Time MMA store on Teespring. I apologize about the long outro, but a closed mouth don't get fed, and if I don't plug myself, who will? So respect, let the Full-Time family know what you think in the comments. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOG.